XRP, we finally have it. Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. Let's get straight into it. So I don't know if you saw these headlines, but recently we have seen the president announce the ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel has extended by 3 weeks. So of course, good news for the potential of the U.S. Iran Israel ceasefire continuing and the Israel Lebanon or Israel Hezbollah ceasefire continuing. As long as these ceasefires continue, the better for the markets. If you remember, the stock market was just in extreme fear just 3-4 weeks ago, and now it's new all-time highs, euphoria once again. The crypto market could see this as well. We saw yesterday we were all the way up to 46. Now we're 39 on the crypto fear and greed index. So things can change, but we know that there still can be manipulation because yesterday there was a headline that came out that the Iranian top negotiator had resigned, and then the markets sold off here. And then we saw a bounce back. So the market is still very, very delicate. Things can change on a true headline, a false headline. So just make sure that you know that the market is very, very delicate right now. Any single headline, one way or the other, could sway not just the crypto market, not just XRP, but the price of oil, the price of the stock market. So just be very careful. And the roller coaster continues. Whoa. All right. So that is the current situation that we have right now. If we talk a little bit about the Clarity Act, so Crypto Coalition urges Senate to advance Clarity Act market. The Digital Asset Market Clarity Act has had a significant amount of support with over 100 crypto firms giving their what's the word I'm looking for? Support for the Clarity Act, and we have Senator Loomis saying we also have bipartisan support. We have the president's support. This is our moment. Let's get it done. And you can see here, momentum is building for clarity. Club for Growth sends letter to Senate Banking Committee urging the markup. Over 100 crypto firm also urged the Senate to move forward on the market structure legislation. So all the cards are aligning for the Clarity Act to be passed. Right now, if you go and you look at the probabilities, you look at the risks right now for the Clarity Act not passing, the main thing, right, is the time, right? The main thing is that if there's a little hiccup and something gets postponed or there's something that happens and they are not able to get it through just from a time point restraint, that's the only thing I see right now. Again, maybe I'll be surprised and there's something else and then something else happens, but this is just my opinion. As always, this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that are looking at the markets right now and say, hey, sell in May and go away, right? That's always the saying. And there's going to be a lot of that are saying this right now. Last year, people were saying it, if you remember, and XRP was not looking great. We had months of consolidation and we were pulling back, and we had all the hype at the beginning of the year, and then we had all the tariffs, and XRP was consolidating around $2 and people were already losing it, right? And then we had that amazing run up in June and July, and we consolidated around $3 for a while until we had October 10th. But the truth is that the summer was good, but historically the summer in a midterm election year isn't great, right? We saw that a few days ago, and that means that there's high probability that that happens again. But as we've learned previously, what happened in the past does not mean that it's going to happen in the future. And this cycle has been different than other cycles. So we'll see what happens. A good thing that did come for XRP right now is that we did have a crossover on the 1348 EMA. I want to see some continuation. I want to see what happens. Again, this happened while the crypto market is in a negative kind of momentum over the past 2 days, just since we saw the high 2 days ago, we are in a little bit of a pullback. If you look at the 5 minute or the 1 hour chart, you can see that we had a high here and then we pulled back a little bit. It will be very interesting to see what happens over the next 48 hours into the weekend. We know sometimes we have a Friday movement like we had last Friday, where we pumped up on Friday and then there was a sell off. So the question is, do we see something similar, right? This was going into last week. We saw a run up and then we saw a sell off. Could we see something similar happen this week, this Friday? Or do we see more consolidation, more shenanigans, more sideways movements until we actually get some updates on the Clarity Act? It seems that that is the direction that we are right now. And a lot of focus is going into the stock market right now. Again, the stock market is doing very good. And the same thing that was going on, a few months ago when crypto was pulling back after October and stock market was seeing new all-time highs, there was a lot more interest in the stock market, right? Going into October, crypto fell, but stock market did good and we were hitting new all-time highs. There was a lot more interest around the stock market. When we sold off, interest kind of went away, but now with this rally, I'm pretty sure that we're going to see again stock market videos doing extremely well, whereas crypto videos are doing what they've been doing for the past 6 months, basically the same averages. I think that's what we'll see right now. Again, people and money go where the big movements are, where the fear is, FOMO is, right? Fear of missing out is. And so that's what we usually see. But the smart money doesn't come in here, it comes in here. When there's extreme fear, when everybody's like, oh my God, those are usually the best times, right? Similar here. Well, we were talking about this back then here. When we hit that support level and we bounced off of it, I was very confident that we would see a recovery there, and that's what we saw. The crypto market right now, again, is sitting on the Clarity Act. And so that is a factor that even if we look at it and we say, okay, this could potentially be a bottom here. And yes, this could be a bottom that February 5th, right? That could have been our bottom here. But if we do get bad news, then the market could sell off. A lot of people are looking at the market and saying, oh, we need to go another leg lower to 50,000 and then we can bounce off of that. And that's a possibility, again, that we need to take into consideration. So don't be surprised if something like that happens. But we are seeing positive signs. For example, the Fed is starting to inject money into the markets. U.S. Treasury just bought back another 15 billion of its own debt. This is not QE, right? They're not announcing this as quantitative easing, but they are injecting more money into the market, and this could potentially come back to the crypto market. Again, I have a few theories about what needs to happen. We need to have the Clarity Act pass. We need to have this conflict over. We need to have a new Fed chairman that is already saying, Kevin Warsh is already saying that he's going to be reducing interest rates, and all that triple factor, I think, will bring a lot of new funds, new buying power into the market. Okay. You look at all the things and you see what Senator Cynthia Lummis said. She says, we have president support, we have bipartisan support, we have lots of support. We have the president potentially going to say stuff about crypto here at a crypto conference on April 25th per his official public schedule. So he is, you could say he's all in crypto for better or for worse. You could say his projects that are related to him or related to his family haven't been a huge success, although his sons have made billions of dollars from their projects. You could say his token wasn't a success, and yes, that might be true, but his sons have made a lot of money from their projects, so you could say that it's been a success for their family. I don't think that it's going to shift anytime soon, but again, he only has 2 more years, right? And then we'll potentially have these midterm elections and things can change. That's why I think it's so critical that the Clarity Act passes, the next few months. And then we just have, it's a stamp. It's a stamp of approval that will be very hard to reverse, right? The SEC and the CFTC, they gave their declaration. They said that the only thing that is a security is something that was a security that is tokenized. And every single other crypto is not a security. Amazing. But the next SEC chairman can come in and say something different. right? And so that's why we need that. We need that clarity because institutions, big money, are looking at it. Once institutions start coming in, price action starts moving up. That's when retail is going to start getting interested again in the crypto market, and you're going to see a lot more people looking at what's going on. I had an interesting talk yesterday with another crypto YouTuber actually that has a agency, and he was talking to and telling me that towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year there was a significant dip down in crypto companies expanding on marketing, but now there's the uptick. So it seems that there is bullishness that the second half of the year is going to be bullish for the crypto market. Does that mean that that will happen? No, but it just seems that crypto firms are starting to invest more in marketing right now because they think that retail might be coming back soon. We'll see. Again, you're already here, so you're not part of that problem. And I really appreciate you continuing to come and watch the videos, commenting, subscribing, smashing the like button. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money. Smash